believe are correctable. And this is a team still getting to know each other. I'm not that concerned, and neither are they.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Operating from the gun, Fields. And he rifles one incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Operating from the gun, Fields.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Well, Charles, it's early, but that's a key third down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over to the offense. They just pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot at the end zone because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
A shotgun snap, Fields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him to football in space as they did right there.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Now a handoff running through the middle.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
Chad Muma fighting all the way through and getting the sack.
Well, they've been fighting and scratching and clawing for that first sack in the game, and it turns out to be a big one. Not just a short one right there behind the line. First one they get, 10-plus yards on a guy who has the legs to escape most of these.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack.
Bates' kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound from it and not let it get him down.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. The Jags with a football to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Red on red.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
Hey, easy. Route.
And they'll go again with Etienne. Dancing away at the 30. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I'm not sure you can be more efficient on offense than to have 3 downs and have them all turn into first downs. And defensively, you got to figure out how to slow them down. Some guys might bring more pressure. Some guys might be a little more exotic. And as a last resort, you might even call timeout and try and regroup.
And that's where you want to use your big tight end. Let him use his size and frame to go up and get the deep ball in the end zone. But that time, they couldn't connect.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Hey, kill. All right, let's go.
Running out of the gun with Etienne. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. A short throw to Ingram, and he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield, and if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice gain.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
Well, Lawrence going to move him around a bit. And they'll run with Etienne. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Duvernay in motion. Finds his tight end Ingram. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve. year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Take right open, open.
Duvernay in motion.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Hey, go, go. Go, go.
Duvernay in motion. On 3rd and goal, Lawrence.
He'll buy some time right. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Gabriel Davis.
His second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see, great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive, they've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. They'll look to throw now on first down. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked off by Tyson Campbell.
And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Red on red.
A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, easy. Route.
He'll get that out wide to Duvernay.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
On red.
Now Lawrence.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Let's go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Here we go.
Now Lawrence.
He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Go.
Now Fields. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, fighting off the defender. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Now ETN to start the drive.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
13, Luke. Luke. 3.
They go play action with Lawrence.
He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Lawrence. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Flush to his right.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. It's a throw again as Lawrence. That's taken in by Duvernay. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 47 yards.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
Hey, go, go! Go, go! Here we go.
They'll try the left side with ETN.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Now 2nd and 5. Now Lawrence now going to move him around. On 2nd down, ETN once more.
A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. 1 yard is the gain, and the Jaguars are going to have a 1st and goal.
11, add it. Hey, I'm gun. 30 left. Go, let's go.
Lawrence now to throw after that last run.
Touchdown, Jaguars!
Brian Thomas.
From 6 yards away.
And the Jags will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Hey, Ken.
Here's Fields.
Forced out to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go, son. All right.
Fields.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
Here we go.
They snap it to Fields. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion.
Don't jump. Ready?
Back to throw. Fields. A throw left side, caught by the tight end, Freiermuth.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
To the air again, Fields. Here's Freiermuth again.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down.
Here's Fields.
And in for the Steelers, touchdown.
Calvin Austin.
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Steelers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
They'll try and run it here. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. And the touchdown apparently not enough. They want more, an onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
Hey, easy. Route. Hey, smash. Here we go.
Straight ahead, Etienne. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
On red.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 7.
Now Thomas will come in motion right.
He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
Etienne up the middle.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Hey.
Another tote for ETN. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 83 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Hey, run. Think right open.
A give to ETN running right.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Travis Etienne, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Point after try forthcoming. And the lead is up to 15 now.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadow. Fields hit and the ball is loose.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Time not on their side. They've got one timeout, the 2-minute warning to work with as well. But they need points. 1st and 10.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
These are 24.
ETN once more.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's third down.
Hey, go, go. Go, go. 11, 11. Here we go.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
This is caught inside the 15. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Even with the big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
Red on red.
Lawrence to a knee, and that will write a finish to this one.
And with that kneel down at the end of the game, partner, they now get to 3-1. This is a good football team we saw in this game.
It is indeed getting to 2 games above 500, and I know early on, while they said they wanted to win every game, they thought they would be solid with a 3-1 start, and here they are.
Yeah, you break your schedule up almost into